This is Trash Talk with your host, Garrett the Trash Man.
All right, what is up, everybody? You are listening to Trash Talk, and this is your host, Garrett the Trash Man. Sadly, today I am all alone. All alone except for Tyler. Tyler's here, but John the Batman Ballard couldn't make it. We don't have Tom Caldwell, so you just got me, so freaking deal with it. So first off, before we get into it, thank you to our sponsor, Larson Waste, world's best trash company. Hands down, like we said, we did a survey. Everyone agrees that I asked that we are the world's best trash company. So thank you, Larson Waste, for sponsoring this podcast. Couple things with them. If you are not our customer, call this month and we will give you your first 2 months for free. Doesn't matter if you're in White Mountains, Rim Country, anywhere we service, we will give you your first 2 months for free if you call in the month of November. It's the Garrett the Trash Man special. Call and request it. So yeah, let's freaking dive on into this because I am hyped on this Fire Friday because I spent the morning doing some door-to-door sales. And listen, I don't think there is a high that is higher than closing a sale. I freaking love it. And I love doing door-to-door or cold calls, and I think door-to-door is even better because I've done it for, I don't know, I think I did it for 2 or 3 years, like as my full-time job, and then I've never really stopped doing it. And every time when you're about to knock on that first door, there's like butterflies in your stomach, like you get nervous about it. And it's such a silly thing you get nervous about because like what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Like I've had people yell at me, tell me to get the F off their doorstep, stuff like that. And it doesn't matter, like I don't care, but the butterflies still come. And then when you close a deal, man, it doesn't matter if you close a deal that's worth $5,000 or worth $20 a month. Like either way, you get that high, and it is incredible. So I am fired up on this Fire Friday because that's what I did, and I just love the action that's taken when you're doing cold calls. That like you want something to happen, you declared that you want it to happen, and the doing is just going and creating it, making it happen, not waiting for phone calls to come in. And so I was down there in Payson, I was taking care of some things, and we're being very aggressive down there. And I delivered a can for someone that I had cold called, and I was like, all right, time to go talk to their neighbors. Went and talked to every single one of their neighbors, just pounding doors and setting cans. It was awesome! So that's my Fire Friday. Well, that's one of my rants. I got 2 rants for this Fire Friday. My second rant, so I've been hearing political stuff is hard to get away from these days, and this isn't a political podcast, so we usually don't talk too much about it because I really don't care what people's political beliefs are, generally speaking. However, there's something that on either side of the aisle that I see that I think is disgusting, and it's people pointing to our politicians and even calling them our leaders. They're not our freaking leaders. That's not what they are, and we don't depend on them to increase the value of our life. I was listening to a thing, and they were, I think it was Bernie Sanders talking about how he's going to create jobs. Government doesn't freaking create jobs. You guys create jobs, you freaking hustlers. It's not something the government does. He can't do that. He's never created a single job in his life. So whether you're a Trump guy and you think Trump's going to come do something special in your life, he's not. And whether you're a Bernie or an Elizabeth Warren or Pete Buttigieg guy or girl, they're not gonna change your life for the worse or for the better. Like either way, like that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have an opinion and have discourse, but honestly, they're not gonna impact it that much. So freaking stop sitting on your butt, waiting for anyone to do anything or complaining about anyone, and just go freaking create it for yourself. Like whether that means knocking doors, whether that means sending DMs, whether that means making a phone call, do that. So that's what I've got for this Fire Friday. I appreciate you guys listening. Kill it this weekend, kill it next week, and we'll talk to you next week for our Tuesday episode. Follow me across any of the platforms, Garrett the Trash Man. Hit me up on TikTok. I just got started on it, and Epstein didn't kill himself. Peace.